I'm going to try to do this for the rest of Cut. Market Monday. We're going to talk about the week that was. We're going to talk about the week that's coming up. And I'm going to talk about, y'all guys, I was asking about how to make coins. I think there's something everyone needs to realize, and I don't think it's really been talked about, but we're going to talk about it. So hit the like button, drop a sub. I know this is a different video compared to opening packs, but Monday there's no content, right? So I think this is a good day to do a revise and also a preview of the week upcoming. Again, apologies. I am still under the weather, but I'm still trying to get this content out to you guys. So if you can hit the like button and drop a sub, I would greatly appreciate it. So let's get into it.
Hey, and we been through it all. Then we sleep on them floors. Everybody we thought we needed, we don't need them no more. Run it up, don't check the score. No, I'm balling.
All right, boys. First things first, let's talk about the week that was. Right? Again, I'm battling through this, so I need y'all to bear with me when it comes to this, right? So last week we had Game Changers, we had Stories of the Week, we had the last release of Rewind, and then we also had Fraternities. Now, if you looked at this week's schedule, and I'll bring it back up real quick, we have Game Changer still, Spotlight, Fraternities, names of the game. So it's going to be the same thing, except we're not getting Rewind, right? So now, reason why I wanted to do kind of a Market Monday to talk about the market. You can see my coins are way down, right? If you guys are seeing this, you probably see my recruit bundle of the day video, day 3. We actually had a fire pool, so let's talk about everything. So Game Changers. Now, I'm also going to talk about, I'm going to kind of talk about at the same time last week and then this week as well. Last week, we had Tyler Boyd, we had Adrian Peterson. Now, Tyler Boyd was someone I thought about investing in. Then we got Keenan Allen, right? Keenan Allen and Tyler Boyd are essentially the same card. One's a set card, one's an LTD. Now, 560K, I believe you should sell it because with LTDs, they're in packs for a week now. There's so much supply on LTDs, I don't feel like investing or holding an LTD is worth it. If you want to buy him on the last day, which would be today, and before he goes out of packs, I'm cool with that. But in terms of investing, I don't really like that. Problem with Game Changers, none of them get abilities, right? And what I mean by that, none of them get the abilities that we want. When we're talking about the gold takeoff, the gold ball hawk. We could see a gold ball hawk corner or safety this week. Really depends, right? It just really depends. Last week we got Tyler Boyd with gold takeoff, but he was an LTD, right? In terms of Game Changers moving forward, I want you guys to focus on the smaller cards. Now, there's not going to be any big investments with Game Changers, but you could hit a couple things, right? So one thing that happened last week, which I told you guys was waiting on, price floors drop. With the price floor drop, that means 96s overall minimums are now 47K, 95s are now 30K, and then 94s are now 18K, right? If you look at some of the 95s, which they're 30K, some of them are still expensive, like a Mike Allstar, right? He's going for 60K. You guys need to look at some of these 95s that are expensive, and if you get them near the minimum, you can invest in them. My boy Mensa is another card you can look at, and this is talking about this upcoming week or tomorrow, right? A 96 I really, really like is Cooper Mays. Cooper Mays gets close to minimum, which would be 49K. Linemen are rare in this game. I would absolutely consider scooping him up, right? Running backs, stay away. Noel Williams, again, if any card gets near the minimum, I would suggest you buy it. Reason why: one, if it doesn't go up, you have the best training. And then two, excuse me, there's no risk, right? But look, Trevon Walker is low. Marshawn Lattimore is low. Basically, with the Game Changer promo, there's no cards that I like investing in that's outside of minimum price, right? Because they don't have the rare and the good abilities that some of the other cards have, if I'm being completely honest. So there is going to be some budget beasts in here. So like, for example, this Brady Wilson, if you see him at 30K this upcoming week, snag him. He's a center. I don't mind centers, linemen at minimum price because at worst, you get him for 30K. He goes up to 45K. You sell him for and make your 10K, right? And some of these could be quick flips. These are not going to be flips you're holding for a week or holding for 3 days. This could be a 2-day turnaround or even a 24-hour turnaround that you get a lot of these, right? So I want y'all to be mindful of this. Learn some of these budget beasts that we have in here, but then also focus on like a Julius Peppers, right? He has gold quick jump. He's fantastic. Laramie Tunsil is actually a really, really good left tackle. Remember, you can always lazy sell. I apologize if you hear my dog barking in the background. So that's when we're talking about Game Changers. We don't know what the Game Changer cards are as of yet at the time I'm recording this tomorrow. But like I said, I'm not going to be going crazy. There is one card, I'm telling you right now. Actually, excuse me, 2 cards I'll be looking at. Cooper Mays and Evan Ingram. Last week, Evan Ingram got under like 80, 90K, and he shot back up to 130. If I can get my coins back, which I have investments right now. We'll talk about that shortly. We'll look at Evan Ingram. So that's to be mindful when it comes to Evan Ingram. I'll be honest, y'all. Stories of the week. Last week we got some good cards. But for me, unless you're running a scheme theme team, this promo isn't for you, because most of these cards are very, very underwhelming in terms of stats, and then also they don't get abilities as well, right? So, but if you're running a scheme team, they're fantastic. Like DJ Lagway last week was great, absolutely fantastic. Dude was crazy. So, hold on, let me go talk to my dog. All right, boys, I'm back. Part of the interruption, dogs, right? Like I was saying, stories of the week. To me, there's always one card story of the week. Last week it was Thornton, who is a monster, I'm not going to lie, but he is an LTD, right? He is an LTD. If you want to go crazy in these, that's completely up to you. For the most part, I'm going to be honest with y'all, story of the weeks are going to be my off day when it comes to investing, right? When it comes to looking at cards, I'm not going to be able to stop my dog, so I apologize. You're going to have to just go through it. I'm going to stay away from stories of the week. Yes, there might be good cards, 6'5", 215 with 97 speed. Also, like I was saying, DJ Lagway as well. He's still 500K. I'll be honest, I'm staying away from story of the week. There are great cards when it comes to story of the week. If you want to snag some of these LTDs for the cheap, I don't mind that, right? Because you can get them for your team and get them for a rental. But in terms of investing, I'm not going to invest in these because generally they're understated cards. So yeah, that's what it comes to when it comes to story of the week, if I'm being completely honest. Like, he's 93 speed. We just got an AJ Hawk this past weekend. That was 94. We had a Jefferson last week who was 93 speed for Legends, right? Rewinds, we're going to skip over rewinds since rewinds is done. If you find a rewind basically near minimum price, grab it. That's all I'm going to say when it comes to rewinds, right? Fraternities, another promo I am essentially shying away from. Because, again, these cards are super duper understated. And I don't understand why they're understated, right? Arch Manning, for example, we got this past weekend, right? 91 speed. St. Brown, a 98 overall LTD. 96 speed. And then the 97s, to me, you can see they're all at damn near minimum. The 97s, right? They're all at basically 100K. Minimum for a 97 is 77, right? So to me, I'm staying away from them. If you get one at minimum, I don't mind it, if I'm being completely honest. But to me, they just don't hold value in today's market. Great cards, but like in terms of investing, you're looking for one, rarity, two, a reason for them to go up. There's no reason for these to go up, not abilities or anything of that nature. Then obviously 3 is a great price. You can get the great price on these, but the other two, to me, you don't really get at the end of the day. So even some of the 96s, they're a little bit overpriced. Now, if you can get some of these at the minimum, specifically, y'all know I love offensive linemen. My boy Josh Cash Cleveland, with him and Connor Mays in the Game Changer promo, I believe those are the 2 best centers. Go cash out on those, right? And then name of the game, those are LTDs. If you want to invest in those, again, they're not the best cards. They're just super crazy names. So to me, names of the games is someone I stay away from, if I'm being completely honest. You can see most of these cards, the 4 we got this week, right? Outside of the right tackle, minimum, damn near minimum. They're gonna be in packs until next Saturday. They don't stand out to me personally. No, is this Tank Dell a new one? No, not a new one. 96 speed, right? They just don't stand out to me. Now, the big boy of the week. This is what I wanted to talk about, y'all. Legend should be the only promo you invest in heavily every week. I'll explain to you why. 1, they all get the best abilities, right? That's 1. 2, for some reason, Legend boosters, even though mods were good, they haven't been as great as the other boosters. I haven't seen as many LTDs and stuff out of those. And then 3, it's the one that most people look forward to every week, because the LTDs get every team chem, every scheme chem, they get a gold abilities, yada, 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 right? If we take a look at my auction house real quick, you can see I have 20 up, right? And that's where basically, I think I had like 1.6 going into yesterday. I used it all on every legend I could. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So I had prices, and this is why you need to be in the Discord. And I talked the day before stream, the prices I was looking at. Now, one thing that surprised me, all these new 97s that weren't Keenan Allen were basically at the freaking minimum. So minimum for this is 78K. I got it for 80K. Anything within 5K of the minimum is minimum to me. right? So I got minimum. You can see. Let me see what other ones I got minimum. Minimum. Remember, these are 97s. I'm getting brand new 97s. Minimum. So I got 6 of the brand new 97s at minimum. I'm going to wait till they get out of packs. Not get out of packs. I've already sold Kyle Vandenbach back for 110. I've sold one Zach Martin for 110. I'm going to continue to sell those. I had a price for Tariq Woolen because he gets gold ball hawk. It was under 120. You can see I got more. I got one under 120, 2 under 120. I believe I got one for 102. And I think I got one more, but it's not showing. But that was my price for him. Corey Coleman, the only non-300K gold takeoff receiver. He has 96 speed, but he has gold takeoff, which everyone covets at this point in time. Before Sunday's drop, he was like 170. You can see 100, 97, 99, 99, 119. That was one I got for 119. That one I oversold because I didn't think he would get down to 100, but he got down to 100. So on average, even with that one, we still got it at like 105 or something like that, right? Again, we can look at other cards. Tyree Wilson, D. Croft. If you don't know Daniel, D. Croft, he is a Madden content creator according to college football. Last week, he tweeted out that this card was fantastic. Went from 120 to 170. I was able to get him for 75K. My price for him was under 70K. I mean, under 80K. 70K. I've already sold one for 110. I'm going to sell the rest for 110, right? I've already calculated that if everything sells at the numbers I think they're going to sell, I'm going to make about 8 to 900K on this Legend Saturday. Now, that's good enough for a week, right? Now, I'm still going to sprinkle out things throughout the week. Like I told you, the Evan Ingram's here. Scheme Spotlight I'm going to stay away from. I might look at fraternities and things of that nature, right? But Legends is something you need to take advantage of. One, you can upgrade your team for the low because you can get some of these cards and use them until they go up and then get rid of them, right? Look at this. Derek Brown for 50K. This was the snipe of the day for me. Daniel Jones for minimum. I sold back for 130. So I'll show you guys what I have most of my stuff up for, and hopefully I can show you some of my auctions that is sold too as the Derek Brown. So I usually, because I'm not on like you guys think 24/7, if I'm on, I'll list them for an hour, but I'm doing this before I'm going to work. So I'll list them up for 12 hours, and then when I finish, I'll go check them out, right? So there was my Daniel Jones I sold for 120. Remember, I sniped him for 49. That was a big pickup. There is a Zach Martin I sold for 110. Remember, I got them at minimum. 80K you seen. That was a 20K come up. Another 20K come up. We sold Vandenbach for 120. Remember, I got for minimum, right? That was another, 38K come up? So we still have a lot of stuff, so we're waiting to sell. But the thing about Legends is they hold value. They will hold value even through game changers until they start releasing abilities, right? In terms of the game changer where they're stock gold and not a special gold, these will continue to do that way. Now, last thing I want to talk about, because I tweeted this out, this pack, level 40, right? This not level 40 and level 30 pack, personally, I would save it. Now, I'm going to explain why. I actually did the math on this, right? Every season has taken 3 weeks. So last week was our first week of 98 LTDs, and I'm going to show you guys, right? So if you look at the season, sorry if I'm backtracking. If you look at the season, it ends in 16 days. So that's 2 weeks and then 2 days, right? So basically 3 weeks, right? So we've already had 1 week of 98s, right? This week will be our second week of 98s. If we go next week, remember, it'll be 9 days left to the season. That'll be our third week of 98s. And then we should, in theory, get to 99s, right? Because if you look at Game Changers, and Game Changers in the promo, I always base everything by, right? Look at Game Changers, and we go to LTDs. Look at how many weeks of 97 LTDs we got. One. Is that 1, 2, 3? Or 1, 2, 3. Now I know it was Lawrence Taylor and Ed Reed, and then I get that, right? But you get my point. There's 3 weeks of 96 LTDs, so we should get this week, last week of 98, this week of 98, and then next week, and then we should go up, right? So there's no harm in holding that, because you know what happened last season? Right before the season ended, the pack odds got updated, and those packs went crazy. So I'm saving mine. You can do what you want if you've already opened it, but that was Market Monday, boys. Apologize for the nasal congestion. I mean, going through it. Apologize for the dog. You know dogs is crazy if you're a dog owner out there, but appreciate you, boys. We'll be back for Game Changer tomorrow. I just wanted to do a Market Monday video, kind of tell you where my mind's at in terms of the market from the previous week and this upcoming week. I'm out. Deuces.